Hi, my name is Donna Scobey, and today I'm going to show you how to make a Twigs booklet within a frame using my little yellow bicycle papers. First, take the backing out of the 8x10 paper frame. This frame is made by the paper company. Then trace along the edges and the inside of the frame as close to the edge of the Twigs paper as possible. We will be using the leftover paper later in the project. Cut out along your tracing and within the middle of the frame. I chose to distress this paper as most in the project with chestnut roan chalk ink. Now we make the backing of the frame. Trace along the outside of the frame on the woods paper. You do not need to trace the inner part, leave this as an entire piece. Again, I distress the piece with chestnut roan. Okay, take a piece of chipboard approximately 6 1/4 by 4 1/4, just enough to cover the opening in the frame itself. Cover this piece of chipboard with zip dry glue and adhese a leftover piece of the twig paper. This will be the back of the book. Setting papers aside, now we'll paint the sides of the frame with Ranger Adirondack Espresso paint. Paint the inside of the rim also. Then set aside to dry. Cut the white piece of paper into 3 equal portions, 3 3/4 by 11 1/4. This paper is made by the paper company. It's called Bright. These will be the pages of the book. I distress these pages also before folding them in half. You will have 3 sections of your book. Adhere the second page of your first section to the first page of the second section. And repeat with the third section. This will be the base of our booklet. Once the frame is dry, adhere the chipboard covered with twig paper to the frame. Make certain that you've got the twig facing outwards. Line the painted border of the frame with Tim Holtz Musical Notes tissue tape. You may want to use just a tad of glue to hold the end piece in place. Trace and cut a piece of chipboard to serve as the cover of the booklet. Adhere a piece of the Twigs paper to the cover. distress the edges, and then adhere to the cut front of the book. For the pages, I adhered various types of paper from the Twig's collection and stickers. The first page was done with espresso knots. I placed a Be Yourself sticker and 2 fabric leaves. The second page was birdsong, and using the bird piece of the paper, I used embellishments as eyes for the birds, and I added a matted verse saying, "Spread your wings and fly." The third piece of paper was "Would You Be Mine?" Fern. I applied a small doily to the left side of the page. I use a corrugated frame for a picture and then added Seek Balance sticker. Then I placed a butterfly on the center of the doily. The fourth page, covered with Please plaid, I cut out a piece of cork and put on top of it, and put a feather underneath it, and I adhered the Laugh Often sticker near the bottom of the right side of the cork. On the fifth page, I covered with woods. I added a green round frame to the left side and left open enough area to place a picture. I cut extra circles and used pop dots to adhere them. On page 6, I covered the page in Would You Be Mine Sky. I placed It's a Great Day at the bottom right. I used the bird's branch and cut to fit the page. Placed a bird on top of the page and added fabric covered leaves and small flowers. Adhere the front to the front of the frame, outside of the cork. Then push 2 metal holders through the top of the paper frame and use a tad of glue to hold them in place. These are memo holders by Tim Holtz. Glue the back of the book to the backing already attached to the frame. And now it's time to glue the back of the book to the frame. I drew out the word Twigs on corrugated cardstock and cut them each letter and adhered to the front page of the book. I also used 2 buttons, one on the right side of the book and one on the frame, and used a piece of jute to hold them together. A brown basil pleat and a bark sticker were used at the bottom of the frame, and a butterfly was placed in the lower right corner and the left upper corner, and black embellishments were used along their spine. I attached ribbon to the metal memo clips so that the book and frame can be hung. You can add various ribbons to your main ribbon. And then for a natural look, you can add twigs actually onto the front of your frame book.